Okay, so if you're anywhere near the world of tech or business, you've heard it, right? The constant chatter. AI projects are just hard. They cost a ton, they're super frustrating, and more often than not, they just kind of fizzle out. It's a story we hear all the time, but what if we've been pointing the finger at the wrong culprit? Let's really dig into why so many of these big, ambitious projects just completely fall flat. What if I told you the conventional wisdom on this is, well, just completely wrong? That this powerful, world changing technology we're all talking about, it isn't actually the problem. Not at all. Nope. The real problem, the hard truth, it isn't hiding in the code or some fancy algorithm. It's actually baked into the very blueprint of the organization that's trying to build it. I mean, it's a classic move, isn't it? When a new, complex piece of tech fails, it is so easy to blame the tech itself. We say, oh, it's a bug, or the platform has limitations, or my personal favorite, the technology just isn't there yet. It makes for a really convenient scapegoat. But that idea we started with, that it's the organization, not the AI, that's not just some clickbaity hook. It's a genuine diagnosis. It completely changes where we should be looking for answers. We have to stop staring at the shiny new tool and start looking at the health of the workshop that's trying to use it. So here's the bottom line. This isn't a failure of artificial intelligence. It's a failure of organizational intelligence. You could have the smartest, most powerful AI in the world, but if you drop it into a broken, dysfunctional system, well, it's set up to fail from the get-go. Now, I know this might sound like a pretty bold take, maybe just an opinion, but it's actually backed up by some pretty sobering data. So let's take a look at what the numbers really say. So let's just ask the question head on. If you look at the big picture, I'm talking across every industry, companies big and small, what is the real actual success rate for these big AI projects? Get ready for this. The number is 95%. Seriously. Just let that number hang in the air for a second. 95%. This isn't just missing the mark a little bit. We're talking about a massive systemic collapse. And pay attention to the wording here. The data says they collapse. It doesn't say they underperform or miss a few KPIs. No, it says they completely fall apart. We're not talking about a project that needs a minor tune-up. We're talking about a total wreck. And that brings us to the core idea of this whole explainer. It's something we're calling the architecture of failure. And let's be super clear right up front. We are not talking about software architecture or code. We're talking about the architecture of the business itself. So what do we mean by that? Well, it's all the foundational stuff already in place at your company. You know, how your teams are set up, how you actually handle your data, how clear or unclear your strategy is. It's all these things that basically pre-wire the project for failure before a single programmer even opens their laptop. The thing is doomed from the start. So, what does this architecture of failure actually look like on the ground? Well, it usually stands on three really shaky pillars. First up, you've got an unclear strategy. You know the scene. Everyone's excited about building this powerful AI, but ask them if it's supposed to cut costs or drive new sales, and you get crickets. Second, a broken data culture. This is where data is a total mess, locked away in different departments, and everyone just thinks of it as IT's problem, not a critical asset for everyone. And number three, totally misaligned teams. You've got marketing, sales, and product all running in different directions, guarding their own data like it's a state secret. And this really lays out the two choices, right? There's the common path, the scapegoat path, where everyone just keeps trying to fix the tech. Let's hire more PhDs. Let's buy a fancier platform. Then there's the real path. The harder path, for sure, but the one that actually works. You have to fix the organization first. So that kind of brings us to the end of the analysis here. And really, there's only one thing left to do, right? It's time to take this whole framework and turn the lens inward, away from some hypothetical company and onto our own. So I'm going to leave you with this question. Just for a minute, forget about the algorithms and the models. Take a hard look at the actual blueprint of your own organization. Is it truly built for success, to support real innovation and collaboration with a crystal clear strategy? Or, and be honest, have you, maybe without even knowing it, already built your own architecture for failure?